What is up, YouTube? Dots Gaming here, and today I'm bringing you guys my new Stamina Templar PvP build, Ravaging Light, for the Elder Scrolls Online Wrathstone patch. So I have updated the Paladin, by the way. I know some people are going to be asking about the Paladin. The Paladin is updated on the website, so you can see the Paladin on dotsgaming.com. You can go find the updated build there. But this patch, I have started playing heavy armor more. I have moved to heavy armor from medium armor. I have been enjoying it way more than medium armor myself. It's just I've found it way more enjoyable to play. So I have a new build now for you guys. It's been on the site for a while, but I have kind of updated it a little bit more for this patch. I've kind of made some small tweaks from my original updates that were just on the website, and it's called the Ravaging Light build. It is a dual wield and two-handed heavy armor build. And let me tell you, boys, this is a ballin' build, dude. It is so fun to play. It is incredibly tanky, very survivable, has really great damage, and it's personally my favorite build that I have put together for my Stamina Templar so far. By far my favorite build that I put together. I made a couple tweaks here or there from my original design that took it from being a build that I was like meh about to being a build that I have absolutely fallen in love with. And I will let you guys know what that specific change was and when it happened, like when I do it. So I'll show you guys. But this build's actually been on my site for quite some time. Like I said, I've made some tweaks, and now it is just so freaking good. It is so fun, and it has been my favorite build for my Stamina Templar this patch. But again, this is just my favorite build, how I like to play it and how I enjoy it. Disclaimer, of course, this is just how I like to play my Templar, what I like and what works for me. If you guys like and enjoy something else, go ahead and play that instead. If you want to make any tweaks to this, go ahead. This is just what I like, what I enjoy, and what works for me and what I have found to be effective. I will also be putting gameplay at the end of this video, and I'm going to start doing that for all of my build videos, of course. So you guys will see gameplay at the end of this video of this build in action, wrecking it inside of Battlegrounds, because this build is equally effective inside of Battlegrounds as it is inside of Cyrodiil. And it has been tested in both environments. So, moving right into it, we have our monster set, and that is Troll King. Troll King is freaking amazing for heavy armor Templar. Let me tell you, dude. So basically, 2% healing done, and when you heal a friendly target, if they're still below 50% health, their health recovery is increased by about 1,500 for 10 seconds. So because Stam Tunes run a ton of hots, we are always very frequently healed when we are below 50% health, and because it's one dot tick, it's not like it's a huge burst heal, we will still be below 50% health, so we get a huge boost to our health recovery. This gives us so much healing when we are kiting people out. It is amazing how much healing we get from this monster set, and with the rest of the hots that we run in this build, this set makes us incredibly hard to take down. If you want to run like an offensive monster set here, you can run something maybe like Valken Scoria, because we do run a lot of dots in this build, or you could also run Selines. But let me tell you, I've really been liking Troll King. I would not play without it. I've been liking and enjoying it a lot. So Troll King is the monster set choice for me with this build. Our main damaging 5-piece is going to be, of course, Ravager. Ravager is very easily procced on this build. We are running both Quick Cloak and Jab, so Ravager will basically have a 100% uptime. Gives us a line of weapon critical, maximum health, weapon damage, and whenever we deal melee damage, you have an 8% chance to increase your weapon damage by 630 for 10 seconds, and because it's going to occur every 10 seconds, it'll basically be up all the time. It's just such a good freaking set for weapon damage. Like, we have 3075 unbuffed on our front bar, and then you proc this, we're up to like 3700 unbuffed weapon damage before brutality. It's just really good. For a heavy armor build, it's really good, especially when you see we do have 34.4k max stam, which for a stamina build is pretty good. You know, most stam builds run way lower stam, but I chose to also go with a bit of a higher stam pool, so we are getting a good bit of damage from that. So again, Ravager is just the perfect damaging set for us, though, for this build. But our other 5-piece is going to be Bone Pirate. I love Bone Pirate Templar. It's no secret. I run it on pretty much every build I make. It gives us a huge boost to our maximum stamina and a huge boost to our maximum stamina recovery. I don't know why I just said maximum stamina recovery. Maximum stamina and stamina recovery whenever we have a drink, in which we always will because of Dubious Camoran Throne. So it just offers us a lot. It really offers us a lot. You know, because we are using Power of the Light in this build, which just scale off max stam, having a decently sized maximum stamina pool is, in my opinion, very important. So, and plus, you know, stamina will make it easier to sustain, and it'll make it easier for us to cast more skills, and it gives us a bigger pool. It's just, I think the combination of Bone Pirate and Ravager, I know it's a very tried and true set, and I'm not splitting any atoms here, but it's just the way I have it set up. I've been really, really liking it, really enjoying it, and I want to share it with you guys here today. But Bone Pirate is just an incredibly effective set for Stamplar. It just complements the class very, very well. So that's why I have it as my other 5-piece. In terms of weapons, we are running dual axes on the front bar. I did go with dual axes for the maximum bleed chance, the maximum bleed tick chance. If you guys don't want to run dual axes, you can run an offhand mace if you want more penetration. But I decided to go with dual axes myself also because I didn't have a sharpened mace. So I also went with dual axes. Dual axes versus axe mace, it's the difference is minimal, so I just went with dual axes. I want that maximum chance for my axe bleed to proc. And then we do have just an axe on the back bar, just because our back bar is really our healing bar. We don't really do a lot of damaging back there, but I put an axe back there anyway because on the off chance the bleed does proc, it's a different bleed from the one-handed bleed, or excuse me, the dual wield bleed. So just another chance for another dot to be procced. But in terms of our traits and all that jazz, I believe we are running 3 well-fitted. 3 well-fitted, yes, 3 well-fitted and 4 impen. I used to run 4 well-fitted and 3 impen, but I much prefer 4 impen. I think the extra tankiness from that's really, really nice. And then we also have 3 prismatics, and the rest is stamina. We have 1 reduced stam cost, and we have 2 weapon damage. We are also running 1 robust and 2 protective. Protective is incredibly good for just as a jewelry trait. It just gives so much mitigation for what it's worth. In my opinion, it's a very, very underestimated gear trait. It's incredibly powerful, and I do run it on this build to help, again, get me as close to, I want to get as much resistances as possible. I really want to get my resistance as high as possible. And protective really does help with that without having to sacrifice really a whole lot. So I've been enjoying protective a lot. In terms of our weapon traits, we're running Nernhoned and Sharpened for, maximum damage here. Sharpened gives us more pen. And we are using a powered back bar because we have so much healing on our back bar, so we want to augment that healing as much as physically possible. We have an increased weapon and spell damage glyph on our back bar for when we do decide to swing with this every now and then. But on the front bar, we are running double dot poisons. Double dot poisons are going to go incredibly well with our bleeds here to keep that sustained pressure super, super high. I did have some people tell me, well, why don't you just use a poison glyph and a sustain glyph? But in my opinion, the damage from the double health poisons is better. I think anyway. I feel like it's better, and I feel like it's done. It ends up being more damage through my play testing. I've enjoyed this way more than enchants. If you guys don't know, the one-handed enchants did get nerfed. They have been cut in half. So in my opinion, double dot poisons have got seen much more. They're much more powerful by comparison now because enchants are weaker. So here, double dot poisons, I think they just fit perfectly into the build and the way that the build plays. Moving into skills, we have Biting Jabs, should be not a surprise. Biting Jabs is going to be our spammable. We deal damage over time. Final Strike reduces movement speed by 70% for 2 seconds, and we get Major Savagery. So our final crit in this build ends up being about 35.7%, which for a heavy armor build is pretty good. We also use Blood Craze. Blood Craze is another bleed. So as you can see, we have a bleed from Blood Craze, a bleed from the axes, and then 2 dots from the poison. So we have a lot of dot damage ticking on our opponents. But this also gives us an almost 1100 heal every 2 seconds for the duration. Very, very good heal. Really, really nice. You don't really need rending slashes because you do have the snare from jabs. So, and you literally spam jabs. So I have found Blood Craze to be more useful than rending slashes. The extra heal is incredibly nice. We are using Binding Javelin as our main stun. Really, really good. It's a nice range stun. Allows you to catch up to people with this and then Quick Cloak. It's just a really, really good skill for our stun on the dual wield bar. We are using Power of the Light. Oh man, dude. Power of the Light on a dual wield build is very spicy. It's so good. So it deals a minor amount of physical damage on application and then copies damage taken for 6 seconds and releasing 20% of it as additional physical damage when this ends. So it basically is our execute. Now, targets are also afflicted with minor fracture, minor breach, reducing their physical and spell resistance by 1320 for 6 seconds. So we get more penetration against that target as well. But the reason this is so good, I say that this is so good for dual wield build, is because it's so easy to just max this out with how much dots we have. How much dots? Wow, words are hard. How many dots we have in the build. We have damage ticking from Quick Cloak, which I'll get to in a sec. We have damage ticking from Quick Cloak. We have blood craze dots ticking. We have the bleed from our axes going, the double dot poison going, as well as all of the damage from jabs. So we are able to reach that maximum tooltip incredibly quickly. It's just such a good skill. It's such a good skill for dual wield Templar. So this also, like I said, it acts as an execute because it's just you apply this to your target. You just you have all your dots running. You're jabbing the crap out of them. You hit them with a Dawnbreaker as well. You use Dawnbreaker during Power of the Light, which puts another dot on them after dealing instantaneous burst damage. And so with all that stuff ticking, after 6 seconds, boom, they get clapped for a huge sum of damage. So it's just an incredibly good skill. We have Quick Cloak, which of course gives us minor amount of physical damage dealt in an AoE every 3 seconds for 15 seconds, but we mainly like it for the other two effects. Major Evasion, which reduces the damage taken from AoEs by 25%, which is incredibly strong, and Major Expedition. This is our form of Major Expedition for the build, 30% movement speed for 4 seconds, so it's an incredibly good skill. Again, gives us our speed. And then, of course, I've gone over Dawnbreaker, instant damage, stun, a dot, area of effect, increased weapon damage passively, destroys vampires and werewolves. Can't say enough good stuff about this skill. It can be a bitch sometimes. Sometimes it just, you swing it and it just goes into the ether and nothing happens or just doesn't deal any damage, but that's just Dawnbreaker problems, you know. But for the most part, Dawnbreaker is just an incredibly fun skill. I love it. It's super enjoyable to use. Back bar, we have Repentance. Repentance gives us minor fortitude, endurance, and intellect. It increases our health, stamina, and magic recovery by 10%, which is super good, by the way, using Troll King. Very, very helpful there. But it also helps us for our stamina recovery as well. But whenever there is a dead corpse around us, you can press this and you consume the corpses. So it gives you not only healing, but it restores stamina for every corpse in the area. So if you play super aggressive and are able to kill targets, you can use this to keep yourself topped off with your resources. It's just a really, really good skill to primo Stamina Templar sustained skill. I just can't say enough good things about it. We have Extended Ritual. Extended Ritual is our cleanse, so it cleanses 5 harmful effects from ourselves, and then healing myself and nearby allies for a hot over 24 seconds, and then activate allies in the area can activate Purify, cleansing all harmful effects from themselves, and healing for 6k, so super good synergy as well. But I know I'm going to actually talk about this as well with our next skill, and that is Rally. Rally gives us major brutality, increasing our weapon damage by 20% for 33 seconds. You heal for 1100 every 2 seconds. Excuse me. While active, and an additional 1667 health when Rally expires. The final heal is increased by up to 564% in proportion to the length of time Rally has been active. So this is our burst heal. This is our burst heal for the build. Now, I know people are going to say, Dots Gaming, why are you running Rally when you are in heavy armor? You should be running forward momentum because now you have no form of snare removal. What are you doing with your life? You don't need it. And I'm going to shout out Gan the Impaler for this one because this was his idea that I give this a try. I didn't believe that it could work, but I gave it a try. And let me tell you, my life has been changed. My life has been changed. He told me, he's like, you know, I'm telling you, Rally plus Extended Ritual plus Quick Cloak works really, really well. You don't really necessarily need the what's it called? The immobilization immunity from forward momentum with it. Just give it a try. And I did. And he was right. He was right. It's incredibly good. It's incredibly good. So if you're snared, okay, you have Rally running and you're snared, you can just swap cancel your cleanse into Quick Cloak, and that'll get you away from most snares. And I know some people are going to be super, like, skeptical about that. They're going to be like, there's no way that works. There's no way that works. It does. I've shown it on stream. I've shown it in BGs. You'll see it in the game that I show the gameplay footage at the end. But I'm telling you guys, Extended Ritual plus Quick Cloak really, really takes care of not needing, what's it called, snare immunity It really works well, especially because this is like the only magicka skill in our kit. You know, we are able to cast Extended Ritual very, very reliably. So for me, I would rather have the burst heal from Rally because like this is the skill, like this, making this change is what changed Heavy Armor Templar for me. Because I always had so much trouble using forward momentum, because if I took a huge hit from somebody, it was like, I have to just kite around until my hots heal me, and forward momentum heals are freaking awful. And I just had to wait until all my hots healed me back up, and then I could go back in and fight. But now, with Rally, I have that burst heal as a response to taking huge influxes of damage. So, I don't need forward momentum personally on this build. I don't. If you really, really feel like you can't live without it, go ahead and run it. But I'm telling you, give the Rally Extended Ritual Quick Cloak combo a try. I think you might be surprised. I know I was. It works very, very well. So, definitely consider it. I really, really liked it. Of course, we have Restoring Focus, which gives us Major Resolve and Major Ward, increasing our physical and spell resistance by 50 to 80, and we get an effective 480 stamina recovery just from our rune, which is badass. And then we get physical and spell resistance granted by 50% increase whenever we're standing on the rune. So, very, very good skill. It's just our major buffs. And it's cheap as shit, too. Resolving Vigor is just another hot in the build. More healing. So renew your forces resolve, healing yourself for 13,344 over 5 seconds, and nearby allies for a little over 10k over 5 seconds. So we have a lot of healing between Resolving Vigor, Rally, Extended Ritual, Remembrance if corpses are around, and we also have Blood Craze. So tons of healing for the build. Then we also have Troll King. So tons of healing for the build. Backbar ultimate is Remembrance. I really, really like Remembrance for if I take a crap ton of damage and I'm getting beat on and I need to, like, I really need to heal myself right now. Just pop a Remembrance. You know, you're basically not going to die during this. You're going to get a ton of healing. You're going to get major protection, and it gives your kind of your resources some time to recover. You give not only that, it heals allies, so it gives you a bit of group utility. And when you come out of the Remembrance, you can literally just refresh your buffs, dodge roll, cancel them, and you can actually get away and make some plays. I know I've done it myself. So Remembrance is just a really, really good backbar ult. You could also use the Stamina Sweep. You could also do that as well if you do prefer that back bar. But me, I really prefer Remembrance. So I definitely recommend it over the other ult, but this is definitely an option. In terms of our other things, we are using the Warrior Mundus for an increase to our weapon damage. Incredibly good. We are using Dubious Camoran Throne for our buff food, and we need to because Bone Pirate. We also are using, for our potions, we are using Unstoppable, Restore Health, and Restore Stamina. Now, the reason you need to use these pots is because the Stamina Restoration is a form of major endurance and helps us keep our stam pool topped off. We need the Health Restoration because we need Major Fortitude for Troll King. And then I prefer Unstoppable over Magicka Restoration from, like, say, like a Tripod. I feel that Unstoppable really, really helps a lot with the lack of Gap Closer. I just feel like it helps make up for that fact, so that is the potion that I'm using. I am a werewolf, but that's for a different build, so it really has no effect onto this build. And then in terms of my race, I am using an orc. Orcs are freaking baller for Stamina Templar, man. They're so good. Max stamina increased by 2,000. Max health increased by 1,000. When you deal damage with the weapon ability, you heal for 630 once every 4 seconds. You get a 258 weapon damage increase, you reduce the cost of sprint by 12%, and you increase the movement speed of sprint by 10%. It's just, you have so many freaking passives. It's just so good. Orcs are amazing. So I definitely recommend being an orc for this build. But I know some people are going to be like, I'm playing a Nord. That's the most questions I get. I'm playing a Nord. What do I do? Because most people I feel like are playing orcs or Nords that I talk to at least, or ask me questions about my builds. If you're playing a Nord, simply make these protective rings infused. Boom. You help make up for some of the weapon damage you miss out on by not being an orc, and you literally don't need the protective because you get that resistance from your passives. So just don't use the protective. Use infused instead. But if you're an orc, use protective, and because you already get a shit ton of stuff from your passives. In terms of our stats, we are sitting at about 11.4k maximum magicka, 21k health outside of PvP, and 28k health inside of CP PvP. 34.4k maximum stamina, 1344 stamina recovery on the front bar, 1454 on the back bar. We are sitting at, we have already gone over weapon damage with 3,075 weapon damage. We are at, realistically, this is our crit, 35.7% weapon critical. Unbuffed, you saw what it was like 25%. 21.4k spell resist and 19.4k physical resist with 2264 crit resist. Moving into our CP, we have 11 points into Bless, gives us a tiny bit more healing. 66 points into Master at Arms, 66 points into Thaumaturge, 37 into Precise Strikes, 34 into Piercing, and 56 into Mighty. 66 into Ironclad, 52 into Resistant, 37 into Thick Skinned, 49 into Hardy, 49 into Elemental Defender, 11 into Quick Recovery, and 6 into Heavy Armor Focus. 66 into Warlord, 26 into Sprinter, 75 into Mooncalf, 37 into Tenacity, and 66 into Tumbling. Obviously, CP is very customizable if you have other preferences. In terms of general rotation and stuff, how to play the build, basically, you know, what do I always preach? Buff and debuff maintenance. Maintain your rune, maintain your rally. All right? Maintain Quick Cloak if possible in a fight because Major Evasion is just super badass. Really, it's a really, really good skill. I definitely recommend, you know, having that up at all times to really, really help your damage reduction. Now, besides that, a lot of it is going to basically kind of be situational. Your normal thing that you want to do is you want to obviously walk up to people and maintain Blood Craze on them at all times. Blood Craze is really important because it's a really strong dot. It also gives you a heal every 2 seconds. So you want to make sure that you have that running to get that healing incoming. Okay? So you have your stuff up. You run in. You Blood Craze, and you start jabbing them. Okay? You start jabbing them. Obviously. When you're ready for your big bursts, right? When you start, you know, you're ready to burst, you toss up your power of the light. You toss up your power of the light, you know, make sure you got your Blood Craze up. Use your jabs, You can obviously use Dawnbreaker if you have it with inside the power of the light, so that power of the light gets charged up super high and pops really high. It'll deal a lot of damage. Obviously, use Binding Javelin to stun your opponents. Defensively, I already went over a lot of the combos for this build. Defensively, obviously, you want to use Vigor, cleanse yourself, dodge roll, use Quick Cloak to get away. Repentance if there's corpses around. But even if you're just doing general fights, so you have your buffs up, you're just general fighting, you basically just want to put up Power of the Light, Blood Craze, and jabs. Power of the Light pops, toss up a new one. Power of the Light, Blood Craze, and jabs. You know, stun them if the window presents itself, and then keep jabbing them. Then boom, hit them with the Dawnbreaker. Basically, kind of the general gist of what you want to do for the build. It's really not overly complex. It's not an overly complex rotation. I find Stamplar to be pretty straightforward in terms of like the how to do certain things. So that's basically just an overview of the rotation. You can see it more. I think you'll understand it more in practice when you see what I do inside of the BG footage that you're going to see afterwards here. But that's pretty much going to be it, guys. That's going to cover the Stamplar build. I know the rotation section was a little kind of like, do this, but it's just pretty much how it is. It's just maintain your buffs, toss up Power of the Light, Blood Craze, and jabs. It's pretty straightforward, not overly difficult. Dawnbreaker inside of Power of the Light when the burst window presents itself. So, pretty straightforward. But if you guys have any questions about the build, any questions about anything I asked or I said, please leave a comment below. If you guys liked the build and enjoyed the build, please leave a like on it. This is, again, one of my favorite builds for my Stamplar this patch. I've been really, really enjoying it, and I hope you guys like it as much as I do. And if you guys want to see more great ESO content, I'd appreciate it if you hit that sub button as well as hit the bell to make sure that you're keeping notifications on. So enjoy the gameplay, guys. Let me know what you think of it. I'll see you all in the next video. As always, I'm Dots Gaming. I'll see you all very, very soon. My analytics from just 2019 have been amazing. It's been going really, really well. That's a shame. I was proud to donate if you begged. Please, Megan, please. Donate to your favorite streamer, Dots Gaming. Yes, let's go, dude. Power of the light. Yo, Anthony EBK coming in not only with the big Prime sub, but also following the stream as well. Thank you, man. Appreciate it very much. Enjoy the new emotes. And thank you for the sub, man. Well, thank you, Kami. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it a lot. Every bit helps. In this case, it's literally bits. Well, there's a reason why I even made a $1 tier on Patreon. Like, by the way, like, guys, literally, if you want the rubber nut, thank you for the follow. Like, I don't know if you guys know, I have a tier on Patreon that's literally $1 a month. One. So if you use Discord a lot and you want to have like a nice colored name in Discord and like be seen as like a supporter of the stream, it's $1 a month. Like $1. That's it. 12 bucks a year. Because literally, you know, it's the way it is. Every dollar counts, you know? And some people want to support, but maybe can't support a lot. So I made that tier specifically for that. Yeah, that guy's going down. No problem. You've helped me out with my Max Sword PvP build. Glad to hear, man. I actually just updated it right before the stream. So I would go check out the update. Oh, we need to... can I have a mod link my Patreon in chat? Because I have it on a timer. I don't have a command for it. Oh, he reflected it. That bitch. I'm letting all my shit drop off. Yo, Crazy Shot coming in with that big Prime sub. Thank you, man. I appreciate that very much. Guys, let's see some love for Crazy Shot in the chat. Thank you, man. Wait, $1 tier? I'm gonna check that out. Yes, there's a $1 tier. Yes, there is a $1 tier on Patreon. It's literally $1 a month. It's just patreon.com/dotsgaming. You doing anything special for the anniversary? I don't know. Maybe I'll do a Cyrodiil raid. I'll do a DC Cyrodiil raid for it. Wayward just linked that in the chat, by the way, guys. So if you guys are interested in checking it out, you can see it there. Yo, Zmok, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it, man. Oh, yes, it got him. Let's go. Hold up. This guy's going down. 100%, dude. Dude, I cannot believe how good the sustain on this build feels. Like, I did not expect it to feel this good. Kyle Dempster Studios, what's going on, man? How's it going, dude? I'll catch up in chat in 1 second. I'm just trying not to die to this guy. I got him. 100%. 100%, dude! 100%. I'm coming, guy. I'm coming. Oh, no. We're going down here, chat. We're going down. No! Oh. We went down, dude. We finally went down. For this build, would you rather go axe, hammer, mace, or sword? I would do either dual axes or one axe and one mace. Yo, Scott, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, don't worry. Obviously, if it's out of your price range, don't do anything that's ever gonna stress you out. This is a different Stamplar. The last one I saw was 2H and sorted board. Yes, if you do exclamation point Stamplar, it will link you to the new build that I'm using, which is actually an old build of mine. Is Rune Prison not good anymore? No, Rune Prison's still good, but it's just the guy who wrote that build, because he runs the Master Staff, he uses Clench, and Clench acts as his CC, so he doesn't need Rune Cage. This guy's dead. Goodbye. Spin to win on this, buddy! Oh, I was blocking that dude. That's false news. That guy's popping. Goodbye. I'm like literally not paying attention to this game mode at all. God, dude, dual wield is just so good. Oh, man. Just so fun. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Oh, they're coming in. They're coming in hot. Not today, pal. Yo, Brumberg. With the host. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. If anybody wants to build, by the way, exclamation point Stamplar in the chat. I'm trying to catch up with chat, though. I am. If I don't get to your chat message, I will get to all of them after this game. Just want to make sure that we pull out the big W here. Gonna drop the rune here, refresh our rally, give my teammates some vigor. Goodbye, guy. This guy's going down, dude. Let's go. Oh, boy. Let's go, dude. What do you think to use on Stamplar Ring? Stam cost or stam regen? I personally, for my rings, I am running 2 weapon damage and 1 reduced cost. So that is what I personally like. What's this guy think he's doing? Alright, that's fine. Head away, buddy. Yeah, dude, this is super, super nice. I'm seeing many people wear Bogdan these days. It's a really good healing set. Try to roll dodge cancel your repentance when you get your kills off. Yeah, dude. Dodge canceling rep would be fantastic. Oh, it's gonna... We're getting to the big boys now. Oh, I had too much dot pressure on me. Yeah, I was like, I knew I had the Fetcher infection on me, but I didn't expect to take that much damage from it. Finished my work sooner and I'm ready for a game. And nice, man. Welcome to the stream. Constitution and heavy attacks return so much. Oh my god, it's wonderful. That was the thing, dude. Like, that was the one thing that sucked about trying to heavy attack in medium armor, was that, like, oh my god, it's just, they don't return enough. But in heavy armor, you don't have that problem. Yo, Garriker, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I'm sure I butchered your name, but thank you, man. Engine Guardian on a Stam TK? That's interesting. That is interesting. Oh, this guy needs to die. Yes, give me that repentance, buddy. Let's go. Oh, I didn't think he had wings up. Oh, the shards, the Templar shards. Thank you, fam. Let's go. Oh, wait, we're escaping. We're escaping. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. We're out here, dude. How did I get out of that, dude? Gonna cleanse that major defile off myself because I want nothing to do with it. You're going down here, buddy. You're going down. Let's go. Oh, man. We're out here fucking chilling. Hey, hey. Come back. Come back. Red Guard Slayer. This guy's dead. Goodbye. Oh, no, the fucking permafrost ripped us apart. Oh, freaking ripped, dude. What character do you recommend for kills in Cyrodiil? You can play basically any class and get kills. Why do you get more return in heavy armor? There's a heavy armor passive that gives you 25% more resources on heavy attacks. Yo, the rubber knot with 100 abitties. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Templar hulking, ravaging troll king. What are your thoughts on that? That would work very well. Very, very well. You might need two cost reduction for that, though, because you're not getting the sustain from Bone Pirate. But that would be a really, really good build. That'd be really, really good. Dude, 20 and 3, man. Let's go. Echo Ghoul, I'm confused. Twitch said my sub ran out yesterday, but Twitch is broken. Well, thank you for the 313 sub, man. Appreciate it. How are we doing in the damage department? 1.2 million? Did anybody even come close? No, they didn't, dude. Let's go. That's a YouTube game right there. Let me mark that shit. Being able to cleanse must be so nice. Oh my god, it's great.